Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of my Rails and Pipes pack. You guys see a little bit of changes behind me here. There was some things that we played around with the last live stream that I have not uploaded because I really didn't accomplish anything. And whole reason that we actually streamed in this pack is that I had technical difficulties in my Sky Factory 4 series that I have not fixed yet. But I didn't want to just cancel the stream for that day, so we hopped on here and played around with the signals mod. You guys see here there's station markers, tickets, block signals, and so on. And it's very convoluted. And there is very, very little information you can find out there. Like, some of the mod spotlights are 5 years old, 4 to 5 years old. I found one more recent episode, but it was kind of hard to follow. And overall, I said, you know what, let's just go with Railcraft because I know how to use that and it's much more intelligent. So I set up a little bit of a proof of concept here, but I'm going to explain it in a second. First, I want to show you guys a few changes since the last episode. So over here, within the factory, that's where we're going to get started today. I want to start automating the things, right? There's a couple of things that are going to be repeated in a lot of these recipes right here. In these three, that's what we're still working on. And that, for example, is cooking oil, butter, cheese, toast. Toast is made out of bread. That is made out of dough, so we got to make dough a lot. I'm looking up my spreadsheet on the other screen here. If there is something else. Sugar is another thing. So we need tofu of some kind, a lot of sugar, butter, cheese, and dough. So those kind of things that are going to repeat it in all three recipes, I want to automate first. And in order to give myself room, I made this little platform here, or this floor, that I just wanted to have some kind of a boundary, right? So outside of this here, for example, we are going to have... I've forgotten. I think I'm going to place it on the corner. So if we... Do I have any blocks? Let's just use cobble for right now. So like right here will be the corner and then we're going to have the wall of it. Yes, that's what I meant. Right, just like that. So that's whatever this building is going to be. This is going to be the restraints that I'm going with. It's very large, so I hope we're going to have enough room. But everything in the factory is going to need to be transported and so on. And we're going to use Project Red Transportation. It is also, you see the items traversing and so on, but it is a much smarter system compared to Buildcraft, right? I cannot use Buildcraft in here. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm making tofu, right? So I'm going to... Oh, this is full now. Cool. All of these, by the way, have void upgrades now. I put those on. It's the same with over there. I'll show you that corner in just a second. Sorry, allergies, snitchy. Not snitchy. Itchy nose. So let's say I want to make tofu, right? I'm going to have to send this to presses. Well, once the press is full, Buildcraft isn't smart enough. It will just keep sending it. So I need to make like loops or I will have overflow, right? And that's why we're going to use these smarter here. We get into them, how they work and so on when we set it up. The other thing I did, of course, is I moved all these barrels, barrels, right? Yeah, to here and set up the system so it fills it like that. And I just offset them a little bit so we can see everything. And then out of the top is where we're going to extract everything, right? And I left myself a little bit of a gap here so I could walk in between them if I need to when the walls are up and so on, right? All right. The other thing I did is I am now transporting all these items that you guys see here. Sugarcane, peppercorn, and cinnamon is all coming from over there all the way. Initially, I thought I'm going to do it with rail carts, but the distance is so close, I think that would have been overkill. So now, right here, the cinnamon, when it gets pumped out, goes directly into the system all the way. The same with the sugarcane and the peppercorns. I might tweak the peppercorns, by the way. You guys let me know in the comments that I can silk touch these. And if I silk touch the peppercorns, I can replant them. So, for example, I could put leaves in here, plant another one, and fill all the empty spots, right? I just need to, like, silk touch them from here, but I don't have silk touch yet. Don't know. We never made anything silk touch. So, that is the only other change. And then I added one more rancher over here. I moved the horses and the donkeys in here like we had planned. And I am getting white wool with this guy right here, the animal rancher. And in the back, I put on the two stairs right there and here, because this was actually 6 deep. So sometimes a cow or a sheep was all the way against the wall and wasn't touched. And in the live stream, we set up this thing here. It's a fluid crafter, and I simply give it the recipe with a milk bucket in here. It needs to be in the middle field, by the way, and it does not show you the output until you actually click on lock inventory. And then I could take the bucket out. And now it's just whenever I take this out, it will make more of this fresh milk. And that's what we're going to use because you get 4 per bucket, right? We're not going to run out of milk. And then the next plan was to have the rail carts, 2. 1 for eggs and 1 for this milk to bring it over to the factory. And you guys see I have 1 here manually because I was playing around with this here. And so it's going to go down here underground. And it comes up over there. I didn't want to run it above ground. I know one of you guys left me a comment saying, hey, why not show them? But there really is, it's so little room right here that it would have been awkward running this through here. So I'm just running this little stretch underground, then it's going to come up here and then somehow go into the factory. So the problem with signals was that I couldn't make it. So let's say this is egg pickup and this is egg drop off. And this is milk pickup, other way around, sorry. Pickup, drop off, and pickup, drop off, right? I had the problem that I could not figure out how to make this properly. So I switched to Railcraft. So we have 2 signals right here that checks, is there anything on this track? So right now they're green, and if I put this cart there, it turns red, right? And now these are unpowered because this controller doesn't power them, and this controller right here doesn't power them. When I set this up, by the way, for the track itself, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But this way it works now, so if I put the egg right there, it just keeps going back to this one over and over. It will never go to the other one, and you guys see over here it switches. This Y one, bam, so it goes to the right place. And then I can also put the milk. You guys see it stop because there was something on the track. It's a little bit, it's not perfect because both of these get powered at the same time. So you see like right now it stopped for a second because there was something over here and so on. But on the longer distance, this is not going to be a problem because we don't have this Y. We're going to have one track that goes to the end or one turning off. So we can fix this much easier, right? All right, I just want the noise to stop for now. Give me that and I'll put them in here for now. All right. Then the other thing is that I wanted to point out, yes, yeah, I can just do this here, track, is that we made the booster tracks in the live stream, and I made more of them until I found this other recipe here. So when you check this out, you get 16 for 6 of these advanced rails and a wooden rail bed. But if we make the booster track kit, it costs 2 for 16 and just iron nuggets. I don't need any of the treated wood stuff. This is so much easier, and I believe, you know what, let's just make this real quick. I set up this area over here. Iron. Let me make a couple of nuggets here real quick. I want to see if that works. I've never used that before. And do we have everything I need now? Is there any planks in here? No. Planks. I don't have any planks on me. Let me grab some real quick. If maybe I didn't see them in my bag, which happens often. All right, let's just get these. All right, so let's go ahead and craft one of these. So let's just make... Oh, what is this here? In a rolling machine. Aha, okay, so let's leave one of them here and do that real quick. So you still need the rolling machine, which is fine, but at least I don't need the Creoseed garbage. Just like that. All right, I'm just gonna make one. I just want to test it out if it works the way I want, and then I'll make more later. All right, so we got one of you. I mean, it's just, you know, taking out an extra step with the Creoseed, which is nice. Oops, I already made that. And I missed 2 of my rails. I have 2 more of each in here. So now let's go ahead and make this. Kablam. And I just want to see, because over here I have a longer stretch already. If I can just apply them. So let's say in this stretch right here. Yeah, you just right click this. Check it out. And let's just make 2 here. Now I want to know is if I break this. Aha, you get the booster. You guys see that? You get the booster track kit back from the regular rail. I like this. I mean, yes, it costs you the extra rails underneath it. But those are much easier to make than the gold, right? Iron is a lot easier to come by. Anyways. So, now that I have this done over here, I'm going to put everything into this bag that has to do with railcraft. I also made this, but like I said, we're going to take a look at all of these things when we set it up. I don't need these 2. And I'm going to tear everything down, and then we get started first with setting up some machines, because I don't know yet where the milk and the eggs actually need to go in here, right? So that's something I need to figure out first. So I ran some poles down here and hooked up power in case we need it anywhere in the factory. Just so it's ready, right? I don't want to mess around with that. And I made 3 of these pressers. I made 10 mechanical crafters, and I crafted us some of these pipings over here. I'm trying not to make as many as I can because I don't have a lot of diamonds, and these things right here cost diamonds. What was the other one that cost diamonds? This guy here as well, the item stock keeper chip and so on. So I'm only making as much as I need, and we're gonna go ahead and set this up now. And hopefully I remember how to do this. So, number 1 is, can I jump over there? Yes, nice. Okay, so what we're going to start with first is the soybeans. So we're going to put a routed interface pipe here. Now, these right here, the routed junction pipes, you always need to have at a junction to make this a smart system. And the item transport pipes are just dumb pipes. Okay, they don't have any logic. So for right now, I think we're going to put a regular pipe here. Oops, shift click. And then bring it down. So that means whenever... Let's say I need to have another one here. I would have to put another interface pipe. And then I need to change this one here to a junction pipe. Oh boy. Okay, so that means I'm getting a lot of these junction pipes. But like I said, for right now, we're only going to do what is needed. And then come down. Yes, because I'm not going to take the onions just yet. So for right now, this is good enough right here. We're just going to run this down. And then whenever I hook up another one, I just have to make sure to remember that we need the junction pipe. Okay, so, and then this is going to go into this routed interface pipe. This one and this one. Okay, and then between these, now we're going to go up 1. So this one here can be a regular pipe because this is at the end. This one needs to be a junction because right here we're going to have a T-junction. And then the same here. And then we can run this over like that. All right, so now these are connected. And what I'm going to do here is, let's get rid of these for a second. You can set them at the same, right? If you do it like this, you need to right click these first. Otherwise you cannot click these interface pipes, right? And there's a few options in here. Filter, hide mode off, filter mode blacklist, filter empty. So we're broadcasting everything. Preference 0, orientation, doesn't matter. So this is the first one right here for the soybean. So now by me clicking that, what this tells the system is that, hey, I have soybeans. It's letting the system know that it has soybeans. If I need soybeans somewhere, it knows where to get them from, which brings us to these 2. Why is there 3? Well, this one here is just going to make us the silken tofu. You check, soybeans turns into silken tofu and grain bait, right? And when we take that, silken tofu and then check the usage on that, if we put it back in the presser... What? Yeah, we... what? Centrifugal separator. I did not see that. Get out of here. Don't tell me that this changed the recipe. Alright, let's put this in here and it should be, it's quite quick. Doesn't need power or anything and it should make me 1 and 1. Yes. Now if I take this out and put this back in here. Okay, so that recipe is just not showing up in JEI. This is gonna make us firm tofu. Yes, and also soy milk. Okay, so... Whew, that scared me. I did not want to mess around with something else. I have no idea why this doesn't show up in here. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Alright, so now we need to request something here. So, this one right here, we're gonna say stock. Fill mode when missing. Stock empty. Match options. Let's see here. I don't think that is it. Right here, this is when missing, stock empty. Fill mode, refill when items missing, refill when items empty, refill infinitely. Yeah, I guess just let's do when item missing. But I need a soybean because I gotta tell it what to get. So we can actually do 2 of them at the same time. So I'm gonna do these 2 So I only need to set it once. And we're just going to say soybean. Okay? And now if I press this one and this one, we should shortly see the soybeans coming down here. There we go. You guys see it extracts them and puts them in here. And now these guys are going and done. Very good. But I also need to set up a broadcaster for this. But if I broadcast... Here's the thing is, this one is going to be full with silken tofu and grain bait. And I want to pull those out and put them into something. I don't think I want to use item barrels. I don't want to keep 64 stacks of this. Now, the grain bait, yes. I'm going to set up one of these and just, you know, void it eventually. But the silken tofu itself, I don't want to keep a large inventory of. Like, I could just leave it in here and say... Actually, we can do that. But then the problem is that I have the same on this one, and I only want this one to go to here, not this one. If that makes any sense. So I would probably have to put something in between here. But the problem is I cannot use buildcraft because it will just spit it out once this one is full. And I cannot... I wonder now if I put this behind here, meaning I'm gonna need one... let's see here. I'm gonna have to make 2 more of those. Of the interface pipes. Let's just go ahead and do that. So I need 2 more of these. And then stockkeeper and broadcaster. Yeah, that works. That actually does work. Okay, so that this broadcaster chip here is going to be automatic. I don't need to worry about this. So we're going to put a routed interface here and there. And we'll just put a regular pipe in between. And then I can put the broadcaster chip here. And then here, I'm going to say I need a... Can I take out one? No, I took out a lot of them. All right. So let's just go ahead and put these in here so it gets going. So on this one, we're going to say silken tofu. And put this here. And now it should pull out... That's my problem, is I don't know if this machine is smart enough. Let's go ahead and see if that is true, just to make sure. Oh wait, this is a routed. What did I use here? A routed interface pipe, and this is a... Yeah, no, that's the correct one. Okay. So let's put this back in here, and... Aha! I wonder if that was it. That you can only extract from the bottom. Alright, that's gonna be a test, and that is... Okay, so I need another one over here to pull out... No, I actually can... I can put another broadcaster chip into this one. And then... Yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Not stopkeeper. Broadcaster chip right there. Do I have enough? No, I gotta make more. 1, 2. Luckily, Botania makes this very easy to get all these dyes. Alright, so we got this guy. And I think I'm gonna need a responder chip as well. I don't know what the responder chip actually does. I think that is for if you just extract. Okay, so I'm not gonna make that one. Broadcaster, and I'm gonna keep a stock keeper. Do I have everything? Nope, I need 4 blue. And let's go ahead and make this. And then I need 1 of you. And I think we're just going to put that one. I guess I can just put it directly here. I didn't... Yeah, okay. So, let me sleep on a white night real quick so we can see better. So that means I'm gonna need to set up the broadcaster. Because then the system knows, hey, there is silken tofu and this grain stuff. Yes, so let's do the broadcaster chip first. I don't need to do anything here, so let's put that there. Now I'm just wondering, it's not going to... No, because this is on a different network. It's not connected to these pipes. Good. Only problem is that the stock keeper now. So here, match options stock infinitely. And we're gonna use this here. So now let's see if this is smart enough that it knows to come over here instead of down. Or if it's possible at all. Because, like I said, I'm not sure if you can actually extract on the bottom. Okay, so I think we're going to separate that system as well. So that means I'm going to have to do it right there. You know, eventually I might be able to figure out how to make all this a little bit more compact and not cost as much. But for now, that's just what we're going to have to do. So I need 2 more of these. Just leave this in there. Oh, no. Almost. Give me that back. 1 and then this one. But now this one connects over here as well. There is no way I think that I can... Can I disconnect this here? It kind of lets me target them individually. Let's see, are you counting like as a wrench? No. Alright, let's just see. So stock keeper goes into here. And the responder on the bottom right there. So now let's see. Yes, there we go. So now it puts the grains in here. Now, I'm not a fan that this is connected here and here. A router utility. I think I have that. I think green dye is in this one. I kind of like this now, by the way, the system. Is that I'm separating, like this is all for the railcraft stuff, and this is all for the Project Red. I don't know if what this does here. Let's just see. Okay, it doesn't tell me anything. Received 0 cent relay. Okay. Can I shift right click you? No. No. Alright, maybe I have to use a proper wrench. Like this one. Empty hand? Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up if there's a way to tell this to not... Because if you guys look at the bounding lines, these black lines, I can target each one of them separately. So I wonder if that is something that I can do. Let's go to just Project Red instead of Transport. Because there's a screwdriver, which is 2 blue. Which I have over here. Let's make that screwdriver. Now, I've used these in the past, but only for the logic stuff. So you can turn like gates and stuff around. Oh. I think yellow means where it's connecting. Check that out. So now I bet you nothing will come down here. That is actually... See that? Nothing is coming. But as soon as I change this back to here... Yep, there it is. Okay. So it visually shows, but we just have to look for the yellow lines. That is good to know. Okay, and then I think underneath this, just so it looks a little bit nicer, I'm gonna go ahead and place these in here. Alright, here. And then we're gonna do the same over there. I don't think covers work with these. But that is fine. It's a factory, right? All right, cool. So we have the first process, and this is going to fill until it's full. We still need to pull the soy milk out. All right, let's put one down there again. And then bam, bam. Oh. Oh, no. Wrong. Yes. We're going to do it the same way that we have over there. Oh, I just noticed we don't need these. Because we're not pulling out from here into there. Okay, I save a little bit of pipes. I'm good with that. And we'll put this here, and it is wrenched correctly. So this one here is the broadcaster chip. We can just put that in there. I need to open it once, otherwise you cannot right-click. And then this one here we are going to set to soy milk. And we're going to say indefinitely. Kablam. There we go. All right, so now we're pumping out the byproducts that we do not want. And I still need to do... This one is a stock keeper, comes over there. The soybean, yes. So eventually we're going to, when we actually need this, need to put a routed interface pipe on here. And broadcast that we have firm tofu. Speaking of, why is this... Oh, this one is going as well. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's easy. I forgot that this one also has the grain. So now I need another... No, I have a broadcaster in there. So that's fine. I don't need it. So all we need here is this one. And we should see the grain bait, whatever it's called, coming up there shortly. Oh, you know what? It's because I have that filter in there, isn't it? Filter, we're going to turn that to blacklist and off. And put it back in there. And now we should see the grain coming out here. There we go. It's going up into there. Yay! Okay. So the silken tofu we can put into here. I just don't want to have it in my inventory. And then this one we can put... can I put this? No, I cannot click on it or it's going to pull it out. Which is fine. So now we have our first system set up here. Now the next one is going to involve the mechanical crafters, right? So let's think about this for a second. We're going to need to... And I'm always going to leave like 2 blocks empty and then always go this way. Like if I need more of this stuff, I could probably add another section over here and you know, make multiples. So this one here is just going to turn sugarcane into sugar. Yeah, that should be it. So this one is going to request. So now that's, if you guys remember, this one up here now needs to become a routed one. Otherwise the network is dumb. And we can bring this over to here. I need to get another routed pipe and so on. So there's a lot of stuff that I need to do when it comes to these. And like I said, I'm only making them on the go because they're too expensive. So this one is to pull the sugarcane out. And we now need a broadcaster chip again. So I need 2 of these. I need... Oh, this is the right one, correct? Yeah, broadcaster. 4 of these. And I need a stockkeeper chip. 4. Alright, so let's make... What? I don't have enough redstone. I have more over here. Let's get half of this. Whoop. I need that. That's fine. Alright, so 1 of you to tell the system I got sugarcane, and 1 of you to say I want sugarcane. And then, of course, I'm just going to leave the sugar sitting in here. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so kablam, kablam. I'm going to need to make a sugar first. So let's go ahead and put this one up here. And now, again, I need a routed one. Right there. And broadcaster, just click it once and put it in here. Now the system knows I have sugar. And it's getting very dark. I apologize. And then right here, we're going to say kablam. So you're going to request this, but is there a way that I can keep auxiliary items in input? Ah, okay, it fills it down here. I don't want to keep this. So we're going to do it like that. And the output inventory, we're going to do the same. I'm not going to broadcast that this is Cabo, right? So if I put one in here, now it made sugar. Kablam. And it's just going to keep bringing one and just make sugar this way. Right? Now, I could probably tell it to just send a whole stack at once. But it's fine. We're not in a big hurry. That's the one thing. Oh, it shows what it's crafting up here. Very good. I'm going to sleep the night away. There's one problem with the system that you will keep running into when using these Project Red transportation thing. You guys see this soybean and this soybean. And they're just going to traverse in these pipes until the end of time. They will never get used. Because you're going to see here in just a second, there's probably going to come a much faster soybean. If they're not all full. Yeah, they're full. And they will never go in there, right? And that happens like if you break a pipe while it's sending something or it just gets confused somehow. I'm not exactly sure. But I've learned that you need to use a routed interface pipe like there. You can connect these directly, by the way. You don't need a routed junction pipe for that. Even though that might actually be... No, that's fine. They will still connect right there. And underneath that, I'm going to put a trash can. All right? And then you had to make this one here. It's an item terminator chip. And I don't think it has any settings. Whitelist, filter empty. Priority 0. Let's go ahead and just set this to blacklist. I am not sure how this is going to work. But I think that if I put this in here, the soybeans will come here. And nothing else. Let's check. Yes. You see, that is how you keep your pipes clean. Now, I don't think it will send anything else. Because nothing is moving right now, right? I guess we could test this. Let's go ahead. This one is full. Let me go ahead and... This one is probably full as well, right? Yeah. But we'll see in a second when something else comes. And of course it's dark. So let me just put a torch here so you guys can see. But let's move on. This is what you need to do. Trash can with an item terminator chip on a routed one. And this has worked for me in the past on our server. So here now we are going to make salt. And first we're going to close this off. I just wanted to show you guys the water underneath it. And we're going to put a new pump right there. And then I think I'm going to run it from the other side. So we're going to close this off. But we're going to put the redstone engine right there. Put this light over here. And we can put our lever on there. And now it will start pumping. And right here I made another fluid crafter. We're going to put this here. And then use our stone fluid pipe. And it should be putting water in there. I'm pretty sure that's how we had it over there. I remember not needing a engine. But did it still need a wooden one? Alright, let's check real quick. No, it didn't. Alright, so it's just not pumping yet. Such a long run. Are we getting water? Yes, now we're getting water. Okay, I just wasn't patient. Okay, and I need a bucket. Oh, I have water right there. So now in here, it's going to be pot and water bucket. And if I lock this, there we go. We're making salt. And now, of course, I can take the water bucket out. It should keep working once we're getting some water here. Are you gonna make some more water here? What's happening? There we go, 4. So you don't need to keep this bucket, right? I guess I have another water bucket down there. Yeah, there we go. So now we're making salt. And then on top of this, of course, again, we're gonna have a broadcaster chip and so on for the rest of the production. And I just left the gap here just so in case I need more sugar or salt, I can always split it up. But again, I don't think this system needs to be fast because these foods, when they're being made, are going to last us forever. like a stack is probably going to last us days. That's why I wanted to have 3 different ones. So I actually need to eat, you know, this is lunch, this is dinner, and if it's in the morning, I eat this one. Just so, you know, be playful with it. Anyway, so we got this done now. I set up a couple more of the mechanical crafters, and I also figured out how we're gonna do the rails. I wanted to get a little bit more in this episode, so that's why I prepared a bunch of things. And this is how far we can go with the crafting today, because I am out of diamonds. I have 2 diamonds left, and I wanted to keep those in case I forgot a part or something. And so that means I need to do a lot of mining between episodes, and the turtles are gonna be useful and so on. But so I added another one of these fluid crafters here because we're gonna need fresh water. It's the same principle, just pump it in here. I added another one back here, and I actually doubled the redstone engines because it was a little bit too slow. And the other ones here, these 4 and this one here is gonna make us cheese. This one is gonna make us butter, flour, sesame oil, which we need to turn into cooking oil. That's the easiest way to make cooking oil. There's a couple different recipes, but this one is just the easiest, and that's why we have the sesame. We also need sesame for an actual ingredient as well. But these are the main basic ingredients that we're gonna need to then assemble other foods out of, okay? That's why I wanted to finish these at least today. Now, let's go ahead and start over here. I just left this hole right there so you guys can see. There is the item unloader where we're going to unload the milk. And there is a broadcaster chip down here. So it's going to let the system know, hey, I have milk, right? So now we can close this off, and we'll remember that this is underground and it comes up here. And right here, there's nothing yet. So we're going to get started with this. I'm going to need 2 item stock keepers and then again a broadcaster. So actually let the system know, hey, we have cheese. So we're gonna need to request milk and salt. So we're gonna go ahead and do this here. We're gonna just, can I just do 1? Yes, okay. So we're gonna request 1 milk. And yes, right there, 1 salt. Bam, and we're just gonna keep these, always refill when item is missing, okay? So as soon as we put this in here, we should see a salt coming from over here. There we go. And because we don't have any milk yet, of course it doesn't go in here yet. And right there, we're gonna put the broadcaster chip. So, oops, I gotta just click it once. Right, there's no other settings. Already forgot. Everything is fine. There we go. So now the system will know once there is cheese. Oh, wow. Did I put that in there? No, I didn't. Interesting. All right. It requested 63. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, and then let's continue over here. We're gonna need this stuff here, the silken tofu and salt. So let's go ahead and request this. So we're gonna request silken tofu and salt. I just wanted to do this part here still with you guys, so you know what things I am requesting. And so put these 2 in here, and then also the broadcaster chip. We just need to click this. Is something coming here? We should see tofu and salt coming. Actually, this one here is not needed, because that's not an intersection. Let me get 1 out. This one, what? Oh, come on. Give it to me. So why are you not requesting? Was that the issue right there? We are inserting to the top on this one. So I don't know why this didn't work. Now the thing is with these right here, they sometimes are a little bit bugged out. Oh, I never put a... No, this one is not broadcasting. This goes over here. And this one is actually where we're going to use the silken tofu. And I do have a broadcaster chip on the top. But we did find out that they need to be on the bottom. Guys, I recorded this after I was already done with the entire episode, so you might see items traversing over here that we haven't set up yet, but I figured something out that makes this a lot cleaner and is gonna help us in the future as well. And that is that, you guys see right here, this is not underground anymore, okay? Just like here, there's nothing underground coming up anymore, and that has to do with the settings that we can set on these broadcaster chips. And what I learned here is that on the broadcaster chip, so for example, this one right here is still a separate network because this makes us the silken tofu, just like this one, but I only want to use the silken tofu from this one. So I cannot broadcast it from this one on the same main network. So that's why this is still separate, but not underground anymore. And what we can do here is, if you check under orientation, when you click on down, it's now simulated from the bottom, the extraction. So if I put this in here, it's like it's pulling it out from the bottom of this one instead of actually having it there, right? And now what we can do here is there's nothing in there, but it's still set to silken tofu. And you guys are going to see, if I put this in here, okay, we're just going to take out half a stack here and let this go real quick. And then you guys are going to see it actually pulls it out like it is coming from the bottom. And it's going to send it there. Come on. Are you almost done? One more. And come on. There we go. You guys see, so this works. And I can do the same for this one here. I can say again, down. And put it into this one. Because now this one will suck out the soy milk. There we go. And it goes into here. So now I have the silken tofu tied into the main network, so I can go over to this one to make the butter, I believe, yes. And the grain, it's supposed to, I did not set this yet. There we go. I need to do the same on this one here. Down, I'm broadcasting downwards. Yes, now it's going to be able to request the silken tofu from this one, as well as the grain bait, and simulate it like it is pulling it out from the bottom. You guys just saw that. And did it suck out the grain yet? Not yet. There we go. Do you guys see? So that makes this cleaner and much easier to follow. And it's actually pretty cool that we can set this up so it pulls from the bottom. So this is tied in, and I'm sorry for the rest of the episode. This is going to look a little bit different because, like I said, I just fixed this and figured this out better after I was done recording. But I am still missing the salt. Did I not request salt here? Salt. We have salt waiting. Alright, did I do something wrong here? When missing salt 63, match options. I don't know what's happening here. Alright, sometimes we just need to break these and see if it then works. So let's put this one, and one broadcaster. Ay. What did I do wrong here? Water and salt. I don't know why this doesn't come yet, but let's go ahead and set up the next one here first, which is going to be to make flour. So we're going to request wheat. Put this in here and see if that one comes. Okay, so something coming over here is not right. It's this last stretch, because this one here got the salt, and that one worked. Oh, I never set up the wheat over here. Duh. But that doesn't explain why the salt doesn't come here. Alright, I'll get this pipe here in just a second. Let's just set these other ones up first. So this is going to come over here, and we still need to get the broadcaster chip into there, so we then know that we have flour. Now this one here needs sesame. This one should work. Whoops. Because that one is hooked up. So that goes into here. Let's see if the sesame comes. That one comes. But why does the salt not come? Alright, and this makes us one of these sesame oils, which I need anyway, one. But first, let's go ahead. This one is already programmed, so we're gonna just put this in here. So now the system will know, hey, I have sesame oil. And now with the last one here, we're going to request the sesame oil. And now it should come out and over here. Yes, there we go. And now we're making cooking oil. And now I can put the last broadcaster into there. And now the system knows this one. So now I just have to figure out what the heck is going on. Why am I not getting salt here? Okay, guys. I've been messing around with this for the longest time now. I think about 45 minutes. I extracted from the bottom of these. I tried all kinds of things. Even made a crafted tier 1. It had the same problem. Okay? But I narrowed it down now. I understand what is going on. Okay? So I'm going to take out the 2 salt right here. And you guys see they stack. They're set up exactly the same. They're both set to when empty, salt 1. Okay? Send me 1 when it's empty. And match options are set to is checked, is ignored. This is default over here. And you guys see one of these here has salt and the other one doesn't. Now what happens is, if I put them in here, you guys are going to see in a second, it's going to send 1 salt to both of them. That is it. Now it's going to craft that butter here and now it stops. It will not send another one. And if I take this one out, it sends them to each one of them again. So there is something funky going on here, but I don't want to waste any more time on this because I want to hear you guys' feedback. Now I have an idea, for example, is to just put a buffer between here that just requests a salt and then I use a different piping to send it to each one of them, right? Alternating round robin or something like here with the item ducts or something like that. But I wanted to hear if you guys have played with this before or if you guys can figure out what am I doing wrong here. I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Because as soon as one of those, what are these called? Item stock keeper chips is satisfied, the other one is ignored. And that doesn't make any sense to me, right? And that's also going to be a problem further down the line. Like, for example, here, where I request a sesame seed. Well, like I said earlier, there might be another recipe where I actually need sesame seeds in it to make it. Well, if this one is satisfied, is it not going to send it to the other one either? So that's going to be a big problem that we need to figure out. And let me just toss some of the stuff here now that I don't want to keep on me. And I guess I can take this one here and put it into there with this and put these 2 away and good. Oh, why does this one show salt? Oh, I never took it out. Okay. I forgot that they keep their inventory. I just wanted to stack in my bag. Alright, so let's put this away. And now we're going to do the last thing here, and that is the rails for today. Because I really wanted to get that done with you. Because I did spend a lot of time on figuring this out. So again, if you guys have any idea on what am I doing wrong here? This makes no sense. Right? So, let's go ahead and get these things out. I set up the entire thing because I spent at least 2 hours on trying to figure out on how to do this in our example. Now, for now, I just set up another one over here. This is going to get the eggs, right? Over here we have milk and over here we're going to have eggs. I just wanted to finish setting up the track, so this might eventually shift somewhere else, right? Wherever we're going to need the eggs, but we're going to need the milk and that's why I set it up. I removed one of these trapdoors so it's easier for me to go up and down. Now let's do the easy stuff first. We know we're going to need switches right here. So we're going to turn this, and this is obviously the wrong way. So with the crowbar, we can right click it. Now it is correct. And at this spot here, we're going to need a routing switch actuator motor. All right. And then I have 2 books here. They're both the exact same. They both say name equals eggs. And the name goes for the rail card that I named in the anvil eggs. The other one is called milk. So if a rail card approaches here that is called eggs, it will flip the switch. So we're going to put one of the books in here. Okay? I know this works. And then the other thing we're going to need here is we're going to need to put one of these locking track kits on these 2 locations. And then with the crowbar, we need to change them to this right here, holding mode. Like that. And we're going to make our way down there, and then we're going to have one signal above this intersection right there. And it places it one above, the rail cart still passes. Now we'll go down here, and there is going to be a second signal right there. Now, they always need to be in a straight line, but they can be up and down a little bit on slopes. Now, this one is, we need this one. So I right-click this signal, and I right-click this signal. And now they're locked. You see they're both green because there's no cart on the track. And we can test this. If we put a cart right here, you guys see it turns red. That's just what the signals do. And then we'll come down here. Now, it only measures to here. So now we're going to need 2 more signals. One there and one there. And we'll tie these 2 together. So now it also checks this little stretch. And then we're going to put a signal here. And I think I can right-click this and keep it in buffer, I hope. So we don't need to do the track twice. And then we're going to put one above this one here, right there. And click it, and it's paired. And then we're going to do the same thing here with the intersection. We're going to put the motorized one right there with the same book, because eggs go into here. And then, of course, we still need to change this here and turn it around. So now we got the basic stuff done, and we need to put one there and one there. Change them to holding track, so holding mode, and done. So for now, by the way, I broke this rail right there and put a cobblestone, the same over here, so it actually does not fill itself. Because I want the carts to just keep going, right, over and over for the testing here. So now that we have this set up, we can go down here, and this is what took me forever. Now, I figured out how to do it, but it is not 100% railcraft. So that kind of bugs me, and maybe, again, you guys have ideas on how to do that. I even rewatched some of my old videos on the 1710 to figure out what I did differently, but we never set up something like this. Our signals were always much shorter, right? So anyway, so I put 3 signal receiver boxes, and what I'm going to do with them is make a big OR connection. So now we need this one right here. So this one right there, I'm linking to this signal right there, which is the first stretch. Right-click it to this one, and right now you guys see it turns green. Then I'm going to, this short stretch right here, I'm going to link to the second one. And then this other long stretch, I'm going to link to the third one. So when there is a cart on any one of these 3 signal blocks, I need the redstone signal to be stopped over here. And what do I mean by that? Let's put a redstone torch here so you guys can see what I mean by that. And then we are going to, well, let's wire this up. Right now, they're all turned on, right? And we're going to run this into here, which turns this redstone torch off. Wait. And then we come to here. What did I do different here? 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what I did different. Wow, short-term memory. And then we'll put the wireless transmitter here. So, yes. No. Got it. Of course. I'm so sorry, guys. I got confused there here. These 3 right here we need to change. We need them to say emit redstone on aspect red. Okay? All 3 of them. We need to just switch it to red, and you guys see nothing here changes. Besides now, they don't give out a redstone signal, so this torch is on. Which now, this signal here, we're gonna just, I made this channel right here. It's called Food Factory. The track is clear. Right? So it's sending that signal now, and now we can set up the 2 receivers right there. One right, it's I think coming towards me, yes. And then a piece of redstone wire, and we set this one to the same. And you guys see, the track is clear, power these 2. And we're gonna do the same on the other side, and then I'll show you when we go back down what happens when there is a cart on the track. And the same one here, and set this one to that. Alright, so they're all on. Right now, a cart is allowed to go, because there's nothing here on this track. But we take any one of these carts and like put it here. You guys see? This one turns red because there's something on this track which turns this one on, which is triggering my ore switch, which then turns this redstone signal off. And this one right here, the only reason I have that here is because when it goes around these corners here, these signals turn off for just a split second, like a millisecond or one tick or something like that, right? And that is why I'm just keeping this one from not triggering it again. Okay, so I just put this repeater in here on 2 ticks, and that seems to be enough. And you guys see, when I put it in the middle, for example, you guys see 2 of them because it's actually on both of these signals, the one long here and the short one here. And again, the ore is triggered. And if there's no cart, of course, it's off, and those other ones are powered. And now let me just show you this in action, and then we're actually going to use... So it doesn't matter which one I place here. So this one is going to go down here, and this one goes there. You guys see, this one is on the track. What? Okay, maybe it just needed a minute. This is... I messed something up. What did I mess up here? Oh, yes, I need this on red and yellow. Okay, and that will make sense in just a second, guys. I'll explain it. These signal blocks here, right here, when a cart goes away from it, it's yellow, and when it comes towards it, it turns green. So let's keep our eye on here if I got this right now. It goes back, and this one should be waiting now. Yes, you can see it's waiting because there's something on the track. Boom, it passed. And this one waits here. Because now there's something. So that was my mistake here. I forgot. This is the only little thing that is awkward, is because when the cart clears this track, it stops there for a second. Because it's not powered. But I had this running for at least 20 minutes earlier. Just let it run to make sure. And nothing ever stops. And I'm okay with this just stopping for a split second going this way. So now we'll watch it on this end here when they come back. So now the eggs come through. They're going to come in here and then wait right there because the milk is already going to block the other one. See, right there it waits. And once the milk is all the way through, the eggs will come there the same way. So like I said, it's not 100% pure railcraft because I could not figure out on how to... I gotta just run so I don't block them. How I can make this ore switch here with purely just railcraft things. So that's why I used it this way and it works. I'm not really a big fan of using these wireless transmitters and receivers, but I could not figure out which one of these... I went into a creative world. Which one of these I can just send or give a redstone signal. There's this analog one, but that doesn't help me. Because I still send signals to the receiver. Right? And I need from the controller to go to the receivers, if that makes any sense. So, this works. And I'm just going to go ahead and mess this up real quick, because now I do want to turn on the milk and the eggs. I actually want them to go. Excuse me, coming through. So now right here, I just have to be quick. Alright, so now the egg one should come here, and it should actually fill. It only holds 16, and the next 16 should come over here and... Oh. Yes, it's already waiting for the next ones. So that one is going to go over there, and now we can do this one here, and that one should fill with the 64 milk, and then go back. Bam. And it takes off. And now we can go... Well, I guess I can run this way so I don't block anything. It already has 16 eggs. And now 32. And it's just going to keep going until that one is full. And then it's just going to keep going back and forth. Until the cart is full and endless. Both of them. And I just want to check here if this one is now... It's getting milk and salt. So this one does get the... What? Is this one getting salt now too? No. I don't know. I just don't know what's going on with the salt, but I'm not gonna mess around with it anymore, guys. I'm guessing it's going to the closest one first. That's why this one is working. And if I say redstone on, maybe it stops now, but it will not send salt to this one. Yeah, I like I said, I don't know. Unfortunately, there's no priority or something I can do. And maybe you guys have an idea on now it's sent 2 again. So this is just wonky. I just don't know how to fix this. But I don't want to keep beating a dead horse over here until I hear back from you guys in the comment section. So that is it for today. We have lots of stuff prepared now and ready. Once we figure out the salt problem, which might carry over into a sesame problem later on. You know, the same with flour. If I need flour in multiple recipes, is this also going to cause a problem? And the cooking oil. So we're definitely going to have to figure out a fix for this. But that's it for today. I'm happy that the rail cards are working. Got lots of stuff set up, but I need to go get mining now for a couple hours, many hours, to get me lots of diamonds. But that's it. Until next time, guys. In the dark, sorry. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.